Hello everybody and welcome back to Cinema Savvy. It is myself, George, bringing a brand new video, the introductory episode to the new series, Building the Ultimate Home Media Collection, a series in which is essentially going to be me documenting building up my home media collection for both Blu-rays, 4Ks and possibly soundtrack vinyls over however long this is going to be. This is the intro episode. I've been working on this behind the scenes for quite a while now. I've always wanted to do a series like this. I've been doing a lot of research into a lot of other great channels, friends of the channel who have done videos similar to this, and a lot more. So this is something I'm looking forward to doing. And I'm going to kind of go over the intro as to why I'm doing this, what to look forward to, and at the end I'll tease what the next episode will be. And I guess it is worth mentioning as well, apologies about the lack of uploads. Things have been very busy behind the scenes. We've got another series starting tomorrow or Monday when this video goes up. I haven't decided what day this is going to go up. We've got Ahsoka starting on Wednesday of our spoiler discussions, and I will have a spoiler-free review on Tuesday to go up on the channel. So there's a lot of things happening on the channel. It's about to get very busy. We're in for London Film Festival. We're heading into Oscar season. We've had Barbenheimer. And things have been a bit quiet on the channel, so apologies about the lack of reviews, the lack of uploads. We'll cover a few of them in our monthly episode when that does go up next week. But going back to this new series starting, I'm just going to give a very broad overview of sort of why I want to do it. And obviously, if you can't tell from the background to many videos I've done over the years, I've obviously liked collecting films. I've been collecting films most of my life. We had a lot of videos as a kid. Obviously, you're not collecting them at that age. You're being bought them as presents or, to watch when you're younger. Same with DVDs. But it was really when I turned 15, 16, I started getting Blu-rays. You start working, you start enjoying yourself, picking up things. And it's just something that's naturally grown over the years. I've upgraded DVDs to Blu-rays, Blu-rays to 4Ks, and so on and so on. So I've always had this where I enjoy collecting. And I've never really documented it before. And it's quite something I'm enjoying. And actually, I think it's something more and more people are doing now. And one of the kind of reasons I'm sort of doubling up with this series starting around about now is streaming services are not great. It's not very great at the moment with the industry. Of course, you've got the WGA, the SAG strikes, which I fully am behind with. Please read up on them if you haven't already. It is affecting industry massively. And kind of, as a segue to that sort of stuff, I've noticed a lot more from casual people I know who maybe aren't in film Twitter or in the film sphere, whatever you want to call it. People who just want to go and watch a film and they go onto Netflix and it's gone. They go onto Disney, it's not there. And I know so many people that go around searching for these films and it turns out they cannot watch them. There are streaming services like Amazon who then have streaming services within them, like Lionsgate, MGM and so many others. And my perspective is becoming a bit of a catastrophe. And I will very smugly always, talk about this is why you got to buy physical media. You have to. And so many people have had it over the years. A lot of people still have DVDs, they're still in circulation. People still have videos, probably not watching them though. And it's one of them where I'm very happy that when I want to go out and buy a film, it's on that shelf. I know I've got it. I can go watch it whenever I want to watch it. It can't be edited. It can't be changed. It can't be called back. People that buy films digitally, you're more than entitled to, of course, do that. But you read the terms and conditions and you're still not actually owning the product. No one's going to get a warrant, come to this house and take a film off the shelf that I own. And that's the beauty of physical media. And kind of in turn of the series, what I want to do now is I'm at a phase where I don't necessarily go out and buy stuff anymore like when I was younger. I used to collect those like Legos, Star Wars stuff, all those sorts of things that I used to have as a hobby. I don't really do that. What I kind of enjoy is buying films, buying soundtracks, and building this up. Even if I'm not going to watch them all, I'd like to have a collection, a library of sorts. And I think I have around 500 plus at the moment, if I'm being brutally honest. But I'm not satisfied. And many people that are like this, this is not, I've been doing this over a year. This is, 10 plus years of my life in theory. And there's more films that I want to buy. There's so many other things I want to do. And doing a series like this is going to help get me to push the hurdle to buy the films I haven't had before. If you watched our Spielberg retrospective last year, I made sure I had every film of his on Blu-ray minimum or 4K as we started that series. And it was really fun trying to find and collect those over the year that came. And kind of that's set the tone for this in a way, with the same thing with the James Cameron stuff earlier this year. Most of them aren't available on 4K. We're going to have a few of them. One's already been released. And it's one of those where I think a series in which I can go into collecting why I do it and maybe bring on other people for different types of videos. And that's kind of what to start expecting from this series. This isn't a rigid, I'm dropping a video a week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. I'm going to aim to upload once a month. There's no set date. There could be 2 a month, there could be 3. I doubt you'd get 3. And it's not just going to be me buying films and waving them to the camera saying, look what I've bought. I'm going to try and do this a bit different. I'm going to take it episode by episode. And I think that's a great way to get people at home involved, because one thing I'm really curious by is the sorts of films people pick up, the films people buy. I've spoke with friends that aren't big on film over the last few weeks, ask them, what the films that they have that are important to their collection, and using that as a springboard to then pick up some of my own, which I'll talk about in a bit more detail in the next episode, because I've got someone I know who talking about some of the films I really like, Marie Antoinette, Romeo and Juliet, and a few other ones, and that was then getting me back into that Baz Luhrmann corner, where it's like, okay, I really like Baz Luhrmann, why haven't I got all of his films? So things like that are going to come into it, and it's really exciting. So I do want to get people below commenting, let me know, what films like collecting, what genres, actors, directors, all that sort of stuff. I will look at them, I'll reply to those comments, and there'll be somewhere when I'm going to make this insane master list, if I miss some, it could be literally, there's just so many, I've missed a couple. And I don't want to be in that situation. And obviously I have a lot as well. So there are some classics, of course, I have. There'll be some classics that I don't have. And that's what's also exciting. And talking about this series as a whole and what's going to come next, the obvious thing is a complete collection video. I've spoken about that before. It's something I've always wanted to do on the channel. It's going to happen. September or October, I think. I don't know if I'm ready yet to do it. I want to get a couple of these videos underway first. But the next episode, what will be the official first episode, it's going to be me detailing the plan. It's going to be me going through a lot of the actors, the directors, maybe composers, where I'm trying to pick up as much as I can. And that will springboard into seeing how this series is going to progress, how I'm going to occupy doing it. Maybe I'll have a couple of films I've picked up over a couple of weeks that will go in there. It's not a haul video, but if there was another video like last week, if there is a time of the year, maybe Black Friday or something, where I go out, pick up a load, maybe I would do a haul video. As I said, it's a very infrequent series, and this is a series in which I'm going to build up the home media collection, take it to the next level, and I hope that it's something people look forward to. I hope it's something a bit different. If it's going to encourage other people to pick up films at home, then absolutely, that's great, and that's what I want to hear from you. There are certain genres that I've seen almost nothing from. You've got stuff like the golden age of cinema, where I know I don't have many films. You've got classics, you've got people like Charlie Chaplin, who I've not seen videos from. So it's one of those where I am also going to be using this to sort of springboard my knowledge of the industry and watching a lot of new types of films. Aside from the classic, the films I love, of course, we've got the monthly show in which we go over everything we're watching. So if you watch that in tandem with this, you'll start to see certain patterns of where I'm approaching, why am I buying films from a certain actor? Is it because there's a film coming out? All those kinds of things. So as I said, that is the plan. It's still very new. This is just an introductory episode, but I do want to hear from everybody. So please do comment your thoughts on the series as a whole, your ideas, and what you'd like to see from a collecting series. As I said, one thing I really want to do is bring on some guests, whether it be a live stream or just going through films we like, films we think people should have. There's a lot of great channels that do stuff like this already. So it's one of those where it's going to be a very different series. It's going to be collecting orientated, but it might also open eyes up to horizons of what types of films people want to watch, or maybe certain actors they should be checking out. So that's going to do it for this. As I said, it's early days, it's an intro. There's a lot happening on the channel. I mentioned Ahsoka is going to be starting on Tuesday and Wednesday on the channel. Wednesday is going to be the standard live streams, 10 p.m. British Standard Time will be going live. Spoiler-free video is going to go up on Tuesday when the embargo lifts. And aside from that, we're going to announce the new series on Monday, which will be starting Monday the 28th after. We've got a couple of episodes in the pipeline to record. So thank you all for watching. As I said, if you support the series and your patience for the lack of uploads, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care.